Either you're here because you have an Ubuntu desktop and you want to learn more about networking, or you're learning for the Ubuntu Desktop Exam. Either way, welcome. So let's jump right into the Canonical Academy. You were going to scroll. Oh, no, let's just go to Study Guide, but you can scroll down and go to Ubuntu Desktop Exam, but let's go straight to the Study Guide. We're not going to hold back today. So configuring networking capabilities, 25% of the exam. It's pretty high. So configure a network connection. I'm thinking, since this is a desktop certification, we're probably going to be setting it using the GUI. But don't despair. If you came here to see beyond the great beyond, we're going to do that. We're going to go into the command line. We're going to have some fun there. And the second thing on the exam is characterize and differentiate layer 2 networking. So I know layer 2 networking pretty well. I'm almost in IT since the last century, just a couple of months. So yeah, I'm a dinosaur. So layer 2 networking, what I did and what I am going to do is just to freshen up on a few things. You have to know about broadcasting, multicasting, unicasting, ARP tables, etc., MAC addresses. I'm just going to go to an AI buddy of mine and say, hey, throw me a few questions and see what I've forgotten. I'm not a network administrator. I'm just a Linux administrator. So I'm not this is not my cookie, but do that, and also go to YouTube and just type in layer 2 network study material or something. And there's a plethora out there that's way better than myself, and I am ever going to explain it. So, but what we are going to do today, 25%. We're going to cover 25% today. So here's some documentation stuff that you can read. That's probably going to be helpful. I'm going to check it out later. But right now, let's minimize this, jump to the wired section, wired settings, click on the wheel of destruction and doom. So here's an overview of our current settings. And so I haven't changed anything. This is via DHCP, default route, DNS. So this is good to know when you're going to go to IPv4 and put it to manual. And if you've already forgotten what your gateway is, because you're going to have to put it in here, just go back to details. So we're going to put in an address here, 1681. Hopefully not something that's already in use, because I didn't check. 1819. Netmask. You can probably put in the bits, but we're going to put in 255. Let's try that. 0 gateway is 192.168.11. So DNS, we're going to put in the gateway, and then we're just going to put in a Google one for good measure. Always good to have a backup. Routes, I think it's just going to fill that out automatically, but in the exam, if we're told to put in a specific route, let's do that. But again, this is a desktop exam, so I think this is probably everything that we're going to have to do. Apply. Now we're going to minimize this just because there's a transparent background here, and I don't want to see anything behind it. IPA 119 already. We are cooking. So a good thing for you to know during the exam and at home, if you're having issues, always ping the default gateway. If you can reach the gateway, then you're good. If the next hop ping doesn't work, it's probably DNS. It's always DNS. But there's a joke in the IT community. If you're not in it, it's always the network guy. It's always the network. So NMCLI, we can network management client, whatever. I use this a lot. Ubuntu does use NetPlan show. NetPlan, as you can see, I do not use it a lot. NetPlan info. No. Status, yes. Okay. I like the look. Not that it matters, but NMCLI, let's look at NMCLI. It doesn't look as like popping, bold. But now you have two versions of that. So if you ever want route -n to see the default gateway, this is the old school way. You have to probably install netutils, but IP route is the more, you don't have to install anything. Just use whatever you want, whatever your memory allows you to remember. So here you can see the default gateway. I think this for the exam, honestly, is going to be how it's going to be. That was profound and deep and soothing aroma to the mind. So 119, is there anything else here? So if this is a bit confusing for me, I never use the GUI to set IP addresses, etc. I'm always working on servers. So this is a brand new experience for me. So I'm kind of coming like Ubuntu GNOME. If you're watching this, of course you are. As I'm viewing this as a lay person that's not in IT, and I would say this is confusing for me because I just set it to manual. I know if I click manual, I can see the manual values that are in there. But I would like it to let me know, like, this is the default that you're running with right now. So don't be confused if you're at home or on the exam where it's like, oh, just put it into manual and it's in DHCP. No, it's not. So just click manual. Do not, I don't know, do not worry. So what's happening behind the scenes? This is where the nerdy part comes in. This is where we have the fun, people. Like I said, etc net plan. Here you can see the configuration files that it's currently using. So if you do net plan get, I'm just going to be root. I'm not going to be typing sudo all day, people. Cat. So this is the one that we just created using the GUI. It has a lot of stuff in here that I wouldn't like. All this network manager stuff, I don't think that we would need it. But if on the exam or if at home you want to do this manually, now you at least have, you can see how it's done. But on the exam, if they say set a static IP address, not using the GUI, I don't know how they would know. This is hypothetical. I'm not taking the exam, so I'm not breaking an NDA, but this is good to know. User share doc net plan examples. Yes. So here you have, so this is the path. Here you have a bunch of examples for YAML files for whatever you want to do. Like this is a plethora. So we're going to use the static YAML. So if we go and let's just cat static YAML and go back here like that. So here you can see, like I was saying, there's a lot of stuff in the cat 90 something. There's a lot of stuff here for network manager that's not here. So I don't think you need it. Just to be blunt. Let's do, sorry, I'm just thinking. Let's do nvim 90 because that's the one that it just created. And so here's something that is confusing. NMCLI connection show. Here you can see all the current connections. So if I would turn on my Wi-Fi, it would create a new connection name, a new UID, of course, and type Wi-Fi, and then the Wi-Fi device. NMCLA device, you can also see status. It's just unavailable because I turned it off. But here you can see all the devices, the connections, etc. Just for you to like file away. if net plan, so what you can see 0, 0. So this is the lowest value of them all, like out of these 3 files. So it reads the last one with the highest value wins. So 90, it's the one that we just created a few minutes ago, and it's 90. So it takes all those values and makes them primary. But the thing is, this is a bit confusing, and where you could get messed up is to always do net plan and get, just to see net plan get, always to see the current configuration, because it takes, if we look at cat 00, which is the first one, we can see DHCP for true. If we look at the 9 you can see DHCP. Hopefully you should be able to see that. It doesn't do DHCP. See, this is where I also get confused. Net plan get. Okay, so it just DHCP for true. This should be an issue, but it's not. But if we do, because we didn't use the GUI to net plan apply, let's see if it complains. Yes, okay. But this is, that's funny. So the GUI creates a parameter for nvim. Let's do nvim 90. It uses gateway 4, which is now deprecated according to that. Unknown key gateway. But you created, okay, let's do something else. It created this file itself, but it's, if we're using, so if we do systemctl restart network, systemctl restart network manager service. Okay, it's up and running. It still has this IP. So it netplan try is complaining about the gateway. We're just doing nerdy things right now, but this doesn't matter at all. Gateway, should it be written in a different way? Should it? Routes. Oh, here it's using routes. Default. Oh, I wonder. This is just for fun. If we do that, we're just learning together, exploring, because I am a Red Hat nerd. So NetPlan is kind of new to me on like the desktop level, because usually on servers, and it's going to be like that on the exam as well, is usually 99% of the time, it's super simple. You have one file and you have one IP, one gateway, one route, one like and usually you're never dealing with, I would never on the server have 3 different YAML files. And if you ever create, just so you know, if you ever create nvim .yaml, like the new correct ending is, not 4 is fine, but network manager requires YAML, just so you know. So netplan netplan try via. Yeah, sorry, I was just talking too much. I didn't fix this, and fix the gateway as well. Okay, this is what I like kind of about netplan try. Not that I would ever do this on a server, but it is kind of fun to try. So what's happening now, it's applying whatever we put in there for 100 seconds more. If we do IPA, we should just have 2 201. What is going on? This is why I say having DHCP4 true. See, this is where I was saying DHCP4 shouldn't be there true, because technically it is. See, this is a learning moment. When I was saying that NetPlan takes values from other ones, you have to negate, because it's just taking from what was default. Yeah, it's just taking this one and putting it into NetPlan, because we don't negate it here. So it's both getting the static IP and the DHCP address. Oh, it's the fun of learning online in front of the camera with you. But, so let's go back to the bottom. So what we could do is, I want to keep this. I want to keep the default. Again, I would never do this on a server, but this is just for fun on my desktop with you. So I'm just going to keep this as true, but I'm going to say false here. Interesting. Okay. 90. I told you we were going to get into the weeds of it all. Addresses. It goes under addresses. We're going to put this to false. And NetPlan get. The poor thing is going to be so confused right now. It's like, what are you doing? Why are you doing all these things? So at least we get false here, which is good. So let's do NetPlan try. Okay, we have 120 seconds, people. Okay, here you can see we had both, which we don't want. And now we just had one. Okay, we learned something. What's next on the docket? So remember, etc NetPlan, this is where all of your stuff lives, your configuration files. So cat 90m. This is how I would do it. So, but we're going to enter, we're going to keep this bad boy. If we do cat user share doc NetPlan examples static.yaml, that was a lot. So technically this is as complicated as it should need to be. This is a lot. So let's nvim. Let's see if I can break something. Break it further. Nvim. And like that. So let's just, this is something I would never include. Like if I was writing this on my own with my two fingers. So on the exam or in real life, I've had to Google this a plethora of times because I always forget like routes to, it's a list or whatever. So this is a YAML file. If you don't know YAML, the indentation matters. The spaces matter. So what should we do here? If we look at the default file, I wouldn't change much. If anything, this all works. So this is kind of, I'm going to use this if it says on the exam, don't use the GUI, create a static IP address where you should put the file. So you have to know etc NetPlan, and you need to know about NetPlan try. But NetPlan get is the most important command instead of NetPlan apply, because technically you could always do NetPlan get and see everything that's going to be applied. Oh, trash. So let's save that, the stuff that I just took out. Let's do NetPlan get. Should be shorter, should be simpler. 19. This looks good. So let's do NetPlan apply. No, let's do NetPlan apply. Yes, just right away. And so sometimes if you're fixing stuff, figuring stuff out, adding stuff, NetPlan apply you could have some issues sometimes, and sometimes you just have to do systemctl restart network manager service just to get like fresh, like there's something that could like stuck in memory or something. So right now we have a static IP. We have, if you ever wanted to, so let's just try that. Let's do MV, move this one to back, NetPlan, apply. Now you should just get the DHCP, probably get 201 again, IPA. Oh yeah, got 201 again. If we look at the GUI and see what's happening right here, wired settings, connected, 201, everything is awesome. DHCP. So if we click manual now, we should just get, oh no, I renamed the file back, so it's not able to read it. Let's change that. Okay, like that. Still, NetPlan. NetPlan. Get. Okay, we're good. Let's do wired settings. Let's do manual. I want to see those. Yeah, because if I do apply now, it's going to get the static IP address. But what you could always do if you wanted to, like this is where we're just playing around. You could have these have a higher value than this one, but these are things that you should never ever do. These things are just going to break. You shouldn't have conflicting values. Like I worked on thousands of servers and it's usually one YAML file. It's super simple, and let's not make it more complex, especially for the desktop exam, which is probably going to be really simple. So now you know a lot of stuff, I think, about NetPlan, Network Manager, and just remember NMCLI. Just remember, like I don't even think for this exam that you're going to have to do that, like specific stuff. I honestly don't think. So are we good? I think we're good. Just remember for layer 2 stuff, go on YouTube's, watch some really good tutorials about that, and then go on your favorite AI friend and ask for a few example questions. You should be good to go. So there we have 25% of the exam covered. Shebang. So appreciate you. Thank you for watching. And until the next time, bye-bye.